Hello everyone, hi nudies, welcome to Nude Wellness. This is the place where we strip away your limiting beliefs, your reality, your rules. As always, my disclaimer is going to be anything I say in my videos, they're just my assumptions of how the law of assumption functions in my reality. So take what you will, see what resonates with you, discard what doesn't. And that's the great thing about law of assumption because you get to decide. I'm Selena if you're new here. I like to talk about manifesting, law of assumption. Today's video is going to be a good one. How to persist without it being a miserable process. Very important because no one wants to have a sucky, unfun, feel like you're dragging your feet while you're manifesting. Like no one wants that. The next video you see of me is probably going to be one where I'm filming. I just feel called to kind of get on camera. So I'm probably going to have my mic, my webcam, and do it on my laptop. I was thinking of pulling out the camera, the lights, and do the whole shebang. I was like, no, you know what? I'm feeling the laptop vibe for now. I'll have the notes on screen so that I stay on track and I don't go too much on a tangent. But that's exciting because I intend to start filming twice a week, which is going to be cool. But today's video, let's get into it. Oh, before I do, coaching. For those interested in email and DM coaching, details are in the description below. It has been so lovely working with so many new people, particularly with DM coaching because it's such an intimate style of coaching. I can send you voice notes. I can hype you up on the daily. It's been fun. And I feel like I get to know you a bit more through DMs. So yes, let's get cracking, shall we? My first tip, this is a really practical one, and this is coming from, I'm a personal trainer and I'm a nutritionist, so I clearly have assumptions around this, but if the assumptions are something you enjoy and they're working for you, then kind of run with it. But I feel like we all have assumptions around this anyway. Obviously, you can change your assumptions, but work with what you have if this is fun and enjoyable for you. So the first thing is look after your health. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're eating well and you're moving your body regularly. And the reason why I say this is one, we are still a physical body. Even though we are consciousness, we are still functioning in the physical world. So I want to be making sure that I'm looking after my physical body as much as possible. Number two, because I am prioritizing myself and making sure that I am on top of my to-do list, I'm naturally in that God state where I'm like, okay, well, everything is coming through me and I'm clearly very important. You're naturally just going to be feeling good about yourself. And I think that is really important and really key to having a effortless journey with manifestation. Because if you're feeling good about yourself and you know you're going to get what you want because you know you're God and you get what you want because you say so, then things are just going to unfold really easily for you because you're going to be having fun with it. So prioritize yourself. And I guess number three would be the reason why you should be looking after your health is the most important one being if you are sleeping enough, you're eating well and moving your body more, you're going to have the energy to be able to persist. You're going to have the energy to be able to keep living in the end and persisting in your affirmations when the 3D hasn't conformed yet and the 3D is showing you the opposite. You're going to be like, yeah, whatever, get stuffed. I still get what I want, and have that energy because it can take mental energy to make sure you are staying on top of your thoughts or being in the God state or being able to deal with what the 3D is giving you, but still be persistent in your mind. And I want you to have that energy because if you're feeling tired and grumpy, the last thing you want to do is have to be persisting in something when the evidence is showing you like the contrary. Okay, my second way of how to persist without it being a miserable process is to pretend like this is the first time you're affirming for something. So you know that feeling when you first have a desire and you're like, yes, I'm excited, I'm going to get my stuff, and you start manifesting and affirming for money and it's really exciting. But then say a couple weeks go by and then your conscious mind's like, yeah, so where is it? We've seen movement and we've got some money come in, or you're feeling better about your money story. You've shifted out of the old story, you've dropped it completely, but where's my manifestation? And then you're starting to feel kind of like doubtful. It's in those moments that you really need to be like, hey, nope, that's not true. Come back to the God state. I know I get what I want. Either the money's here right now or the money is coming, whatever tense you want to use. But it's that knowing of, I don't care what the 3D is showing me. I don't care what my conscious mind is saying to me. Go back on your affirmations. And the reason why I say pretend like this is the first time you're affirming for it is because it makes it more exciting. I believe there is a difference. I understand what people say, like, okay, like you don't want to be wanting something, you want it to feel natural. But in my opinion, there is a difference between wanting something and knowing you don't have it, and wanting something and knowing you have it, or wanting something and know it's coming. There's that knowing. You can still want and know, in my opinion. It's like when you're going on holiday and you've booked the holiday. It's like, yeah, I know I'm going on holiday. I'm not there yet, but I'm really excited for when I go on holiday. It's that exciting anticipation of, okay, it's happening. In my opinion, that's how manifestation functions in my reality, because I like to be excited about things. I like to be planning, okay, so when this manifestation drops, this is what I'm going to do. So say you're manifesting a new car, right? You can start planning like what road trips you're going to be going on, maybe what seat covers or what accessories you're going to put in your new car, because you know it's coming, because you're excited for it. So pretend like this is the first time you're affirming for it, especially if you're getting bored with your affirmations and you want to change things up, but you're like, your conscious mind's like, hang on, we've been affirming for this money manifestation for 3 weeks now using the same affirmations, and you haven't fully got what you wanted. So if we change these affirmations, then it's going to take at least another 3 weeks for this to impress. No. Don't be thinking like that at all, because I can guarantee you when you were thinking about things just generally, you're not repeating the exact same statements and sentences over and over again. Like when you weren't consciously affirming, you were saying pretty much all these different things, but saying the same thing. You were meaning the same thing. So pretend like it's the first time you're affirming for something. Get excited that it's coming, or get excited that it's here right now, whatever tense, like I said, you want to be using. Number 3, get into the God state as much as possible. Honestly, that sense of knowing and that sense of I'm the sole creator, I am in charge. That is a powerful state to be in. Get in that state as much as possible. When you're feeling triggered, I'm clearly in victim mode here. I'm clearly in a fearful state. I'm clearly in an anxious state. I want to get back into the state of the woman or man who has it all. I want to get back into the God state. And like I said in my last video, it's as simple as just deciding. So in my opinion, there are 2 ways of getting into the God state. One, you can utilize self-concept, and that's probably why so many creators talk about self-concept, because when you're hyping yourself up and reminding yourself of how amazing you are and you're going to get your manifestation, then you are going to be shifting into a more beneficial state anyway. So use self-concept. Or number 2, simply just reminding yourself like, okay, I'm God. I'm the sole creator. I'm the only one deciding here. Everyone has to conform. I'm the only one with free will, and you will shift into the God state. So you can affirm 2 different ways getting into the God state, self-concept or just reminding yourself that you're God. Do it. Seriously, game changer. You're going to feel so much more calm, so much more chill, and so much more powerful. And it will make persisting a whole lot easier, because you're not going to be focused on time. You're not going to be focused on how or any of that. It's going to be like, no, I'm getting what I want. I know I'm getting what I want, or I've already got it. Like creation's finished. It's mine right now. And I think that is particularly important for those who, like myself, have identified in the past with being a hard worker. If anyone believes in astrology and follows astrology, I'm a Capricorn, so that may say something about me wanting to be a hard worker. But I always felt like I had to kind of like push and just work hard and apply myself and go above and beyond to be able to get what I wanted and my desires. But someone else who may have been brought up as spoiled, they always get what they want. They're like, no, I don't have to do much. Like I always get what I want. And then that may spill over into your manifestation game, because for me, I was like, okay, I need to do all this work to manifest. I need to make sure I'm constantly doing stuff or I won't get my manifestation. But by getting into the God state, you know that whatever you do, no matter if you're affirming all day or if you don't affirm all day, if you only spend 10 minutes affirming, you're still going to get what you want. It's a more powerful state to be in. Tip number 4 is go be busy and enjoy your life. You're meant to be God, so you're meant to be able to have fun and just go and live, because your manifestations are coming regardless. Like, you know that they're here, you know they're on their way, you know creation is already finished because you said so, because you're in charge. So you don't have to pause your life and not be having any fun. Plus, when you do enjoy your life and you are busy and you're having fun and you're feeling good, then you're going to have the energy and you're going to have the desire to want to be like, yeah, cool, I'm going to affirm, I'm going to script, I'm going to visualize, because life is going good generally for you. Okay, tip number 5 is to zoom out and go general. So if you're feeling triggered, you can do 2 things. Like I said, you can get into the God state as quick as possible, or 2, if you are feeling triggered, you can just zoom out and go general and start affirming generally. So have your moment if you need to of having your human moment, getting upset. And when you feel ready to get back on your manifestation game and to remind yourself like, hey, come on, okay, I can be upset for a bit, but I want to change this and I have the power to change this. So I'm going to step into my power once again. Go general, zoom out, start saying like everything is wonderful. Everything works out for me. I'm God of my reality, so everything has to conform. Start saying general statements rather than going so specific. If you're feeling some kind of, I guess you would call it resistance, or you're feeling that it's too hard to go specific and you're just going to get triggered in the moment because you're not quite there yet. It's too much of a stretch. And my last tip for you of how to persist without it being a miserable process is to shift the focus onto the 4D rather than be focusing on the 3D and having to change it. And I've said this in another video where you are noticing that you don't like the behavior or you don't like the circumstances that are going on in the 3D, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to affirm and I'm going to change this and but you're still very focused on the 3D that it's not quote unquote working, that you can't see what's happening, it's taking too long, I'm doing all this work, why isn't it shifting? Rather than moving your focus to your imagination and to the version of that person that you want, or the version of that circumstance that is wanted, be focusing your attention there. It's so much more enjoyable. You don't feel like you're forcing or manipulating change in the 3D, and you're focusing on the end state rather than focusing on the middle and being hyper fixated on, is there movement with that person? Is there movement with that circumstance? Start focusing on the end. The end can be as simple as constant communication with your SP. The end can be as simple as getting a new client every single week. It doesn't have to be like, oh, marriage and being a multimillionaire. If you want that to be your end and you want to focus on that, awesome, go ahead. But you can focus on the end in steps. I intend that makes sense. So shift your focus on what is actually wanted. Be enjoying that. Like I said, be planning those road trips. Be planning that holiday with your SP in your mind. Be seeing what your routine is like when you're in that relationship 2-3 months down the track. Don't just be like, okay, cool, so I'm going to do my stuff now so you change and you're going to start messaging me and the money is going to be coming in and my business is going to start ticking off when I do this. No, baby girl, just focus on that end goal. Shift. It's so much more enjoyable being this imaginary world, which in fact, that imaginary world becomes your reality. So do it. They are my tips for this video. Listen to this video a couple times so that they sink in. I'm excited for you to kind of see my face in the next video. And I intend that this was really helpful. Have a beautiful day. Remember, your reality, your rules. Go have fun. This shouldn't be such a serious thing. You are naturally manifesting. Remember, techniques don't manifest. You do. Have a beautiful day. I will speak to you in the next video. Toodles. Goodbye.